Hello and welcome back to Sounds of Living. I'm your host today, Alex Kellerman, and I'm sitting here with Brandon Brown. Brandon, say what's up.
What's up, man? How's it going?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm just so glad to be here and
Yeah.
getting ready to actually have this amazing conversation.
Hell yeah. Tell us about yourself, Brandon.
Well, I am a huge snowboarder. I love to sing. I love to dance. I love to act. I'm a huge baseball fan. Love playing baseball. I love to keep myself active.
Yeah.
Keep myself moving and keep myself going and just enjoying my life one way at a time.
So we're going to be talking about the 3 songs that you chose, and they're all by the same artist, the Tweekaz.
The Tweekaz.
The Tweekaz. My bad.
The Tweekaz. It's kind of funny how you said it because like people get so confused about saying that, like the Tweekaz, and I'm like, no, that's not how you say it, bro.
Yeah, I'm still learning all this stuff. But when did you get into listening to them?
Oh man, so back in 2011, when I was a freshman in high school, that's where everything began, and that's where everything just started. And at first I was listening to like hip hop, rock, metal, and all that kind of other stuff, like Green Day and all the other stuff, and listening to them. But then I was just like, you know what, I'm sick and tired of it. I kind of want to like listen to something different. So then I go on YouTube and I'm looking up these incredible ethereal-thick songs and all these different music and whatnot. And then I looked up the Tweekaz and I'm like, oh, this seems like a cool album. So I started listening to them, and then I was just like, wow, I started to like it right away.
Do you remember what album that was?
I believe it was like an album called like Born in the 80s.
Born in the 80s?
Yeah, and it was something to do with the fact like during that album it was like a lot of like bass and kicks and a melody into it and all that stuff, and it's more like EDM.
Okay.
And then once I figure out what it was, I was like, this is like hardstyle EDM.
Yeah.
Like a mixture. It's like a mixture, and it's a different genre of different types of EDM. Like everything is EDM until you can find a little like gender of which one it is.
Okay. So what exactly about the Tweekaz? The Tweekaz? Okay.
It's never gonna get old, bro.
Yeah, I know. So you said that one of the experiences that you had gone through that helped you get through just living in general was when you were being bullied.
Yeah.
Right? So tell me more about that.
Well, ever since I was in high school, I was bullied a lot, and it was very difficult. It really was. And I tried to ignore it as much as possible, but it just kept coming after me, and it was just starting to get really frustrating. So I wanted to find myself a distraction, and that's what everyone was always telling me. I had great friends, great teachers, great people to be around with, and everyone always tells me, like, Brandon, you cannot let this go up to you and have people bully you like this. Like, there has to be a way for you to ignore it and keep moving forward, and you need to find a distraction.
So, like, what happened? How were you being bullied?
Well, it's just the way that I looked, the way that I dressed, the way that I acted. There was some specific classes that I was taking that people were making fun of about, which really kind of carried myself in a different way, which I felt embarrassed, to the point where people were pointing fingers at me saying, oh, look at this freak, look at this guy, and I'm just like, yo, like, why are you messing with me? Why are you bullying with me? I try not to make it more emotional. I was just like trying to ignore it. So then once I was listening to the Tweekaz, I was like, I feel so much better.
So what song exactly like got you into it? You're like, oh, this is my artist. This is what I need to be listening to.
So the artist that I was listening to is the Tweekaz, and it's called I'm With You.
I'm With You. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm With You. What exactly about it made you like drawn to it?
The music itself, the melody really kind of cheered me up a little bit. And then getting the energy into that song really got me to feel much better. Once I was listening to the song, I didn't even listen just one time. I listened to it again and again and again and again. And it's just like, it kept in my mindset. And once I stopped listening to it, I started humming it. And I was just like, okay, I like it, and I like the melody to it. I like the rhythm to it. It kept my body moving a lot, and it kind of just let me go away from what they were telling me and what they were bullying me about. Yeah. I didn't even, after I was done with the song and done listening to it, I was like, yo, I feel better. And it just really made me feel so much better. When they were bullying me, I don't even remember when I got bullied. All I know is that once I was done with that song, I was like, hey man, what just happened?
So that song was your escape from the bullying.
Oh yeah.
And what exactly about it made it so that you were able to escape?
It was difficult for me to escape because it was still there and I was still thinking about it. But then once I was listening to that song, it like...
Was it like the lyrics, or was it like just the...
It wasn't just the lyrics, it was just the melody itself.
The melody? Okay.
Yeah, it's just the melody itself. The music just... it carries me, and it kind of like helps me get to a better perspective of me to escape and not think about it, and just listen to the melody and listen to the bass of the music and just go with it and have fun with it. For that, it was really breathtaking, and it was truly amazing how a song like that can really do that. And I've never had that happen to me before. And, you know, these people were bullying me at the time and people were saying stuff to me, and then I just listened to that song and I'm just like, yeah, okay, I feel so much better now. And in that song, it's basically telling me that you're not that person. You know, I'm with you. And that's basically why it means, you know, I'm with you. You know, I'm always going to be there with you, and I'm always going to help you with your boundaries and everything. And just listen to this song and I'm always going to be with you. And that's basically why it's called I'm With You. It doesn't even have, I don't think it had any words in it that I know of. I don't really remember. I mean, yeah, so...
It just like, it was how it made you feel.
Yeah.
And you remember that, and it was easier to cope with the things you couldn't control, like the bullying.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you know, and bullying was such a horrible thing that happened in my life. I mean, it's been happening since I was in elementary school, all the way up to middle school, to high school. That's where I kind of ended everything from bullying. And people would stop bullying me after that.
Because you stopped caring.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I stopped caring.
You got so carried away by the Tweekaz.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm With You.
Yeah, I cared about the Tweekaz more than anything. So, like, I didn't even care what anybody was telling me. Like, if you're going to bully me, okay, go for it. But I really don't care. It's not going to bother me.
Because you have that song and that artist to help you.
Oh, yeah.
They're always going to be there.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. And it's truly amazing. And if you're going to bully me, I really don't care. It's not going to bother me. I mean, it did in the past, and it really broke my heart because of how people bully me and how people actually interact with me. But now that I listen to the Tweekaz, and now I listen to them, and I listen to all of their songs and everything like that, I can care less of what you say about me. I can care less about anything that you are going to bully me for anything, or you are going to make fun of me in some way. Dude, I can care less. Yeah. All I know is that I love myself. I know that I can be myself, and I'm going to continue listening to this song that I truly love. That song is I'm With You.
Gotcha. So the next experience that you've had in your life where the Tweekaz helped was when you had gotten into baseball, into snowboarding, and parkour. Tell me more about those experiences and how the Tweekaz played into it.
Okay. That's a really good question. So, you know, me snowboarding, me playing baseball, it's more of a motivation to me. It's more of motivating myself, especially for snowboarding. Snowboarding can be very tough. Mm-hmm. It can be a lot of fun. But the thing is that, you know, listening to the music while I'm doing it helps me a lot. And this song is called SHOTJEE.
SHOTJEE? Okay.
Yeah, SHOTJEE. And this song is truly funny. It's funny and it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of bass kicks to it, again, with the melody, all that stuff. That song is truly funny because, like, I believe in the middle of the song, I believe there's a burping sound in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I listen to it and I hear this burping sound. I'm like, yo, what is this? Like, and I kind of like stopped the song and then I played it again and I'm like, okay. And then after the burp, it just goes down to bass and melody.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, all right, that's gonna be something. And I kind of laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they got to the melody and then I was just like, okay, now this is more like it.
So that's kind of interesting that something that was funny turned into something that you're like, oh, okay. I am able to connect with it. I'm able to relate to it. So do you think that like plays into your personality too? That like you're funny, but you're also able to be relatable and personable and people are comfortable around you. Tell me more if that is like what you're trying to say.
Well, it's mostly kind of like, yeah, I'm funny. And yeah, they're in a weird way. And that's what I'm trying to think of is like, you know, what you're trying to say is something about like, okay, well, is there like a scenario about that kind of situation where you're thinking in a different way of your personality? Well, yes. Basically, it's kind of like a weirdness. That's where the weirdness comes from.
So it's that balance of being weird, but also
understanding
you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
See what I mean? So like, it's a weird song, but it's funny.
But it's you.
It's me. Yeah.
It's
exactly.
you. Yeah.
Exactly. And so it's like, okay, this is a weird song, but it's funny, and I think people would like this.
Yeah.
And so like when you listen,
and it motivates you.
Yeah, it motivates me a lot, and it's because you're just having fun and you're just interacting with yourself, and you feel something. It kind of makes me feel like, okay, let's just have fun. Don't worry about the motivation, and don't worry about pushing yourself to the limit. Don't get yourself stressed, because sometimes when I'm playing sports and when I'm doing this kind of stuff, it can be very stressful. But there will be times I would be like, you know what, let's just have some fun. Let's relax.
So you're able to live in the moment and be like with yourself in these settings because of this type of music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. I always keep myself into the loop of just letting myself know, like, let's have fun. Let's do it. There's no such thing as win-lose. That doesn't really bother me, especially for baseball. I mean, yes, I love to win, but at the same time, there will be a time that you're going to lose. And then this song that I listen to really helps me be like, there's no win or lose.
So how does it play into snowboarding, parkour? Because you talked a lot about baseball and like playing the game and how it was motivating in the game. Snowboarding and parkour, all those other ones, they're more you do it yourself, you try to better yourself, you're not really competing.
Right,
so
yeah.
What exactly did the song do for you in those settings?
So in snowboarding, it's just the sake of fun. I listen to it, and people actually listen to it, and sometimes I get people that tell me like, dude, I like this song. What song is this? And I'm like, oh, this song is called SHOTJEE. It's a really good song, and I hope you guys get to listen to it by the time you drive home. And they're like, I like the beat. I like everything about it. And, for that song, it kind of just keeps me going.
Okay.
And have fun with it. When I'm snowboarding, I listen to music when I go snowboarding. Sometimes people can hear me listen to the music, and sometimes people look at it and be like, I like your music, bro. It's
do you
pretty
sing
cool.
along to it, or do you just listen?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll sing along with it. I'll hum to it.
Okay.
There is a melody song that you can actually hum to. They also say like SHOTJEE in the song, and you can actually say it too, like yay, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And people are like, what does that even mean? And I'm like, dude, I don't even know, but it's a good song though.
Yeah. So you're basically, when it comes to music, it's just how it makes you feel. You're not even really thinking. You're just in the song. You're just a part of it. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. What about with parkour?
Parkour, it's mostly just a lot of energy,
Same thing?
and it's just the same thing as snowboarding. Like, I'll listen to it, and then I'll try and find a rhythm to it of doing parkour and actually like running it and doing free running and stuff like that. The energy kind of gives me away with it, which is totally huge. With that song, it actually kind of like boosts up my energy and just have more fun with it.
Well, that's cool. And then we got one more pivotal point for you, and that's with the raves. So tell me, when you started going to them, first of all, what made you interested in it in the first place before even going to it?
Okay, so going to a rave concert, it's phenomenal. It's truly remarkable. It's something that you never want to like say no to. Like, if someone's gonna ask you to go to a rave concert, you should definitely try it and go to it. Because when I went to a rave concert, someone was telling me about this rave concert that's coming here, and I was like, what is it? And they're like, well, there's gonna be lights, there's gonna be this, there's gonna be a lot of DJs there. And I was like, ooh, DJs. And then that kind of got into my head saying, okay, this might be an EDM festival, or this could be an EDM concert that I've never been to.
So were you listening to EDM before going to the raves?
Yeah, I actually was. Like I said in the beginning, EDM has a different category of different types of music. So there's like dubstep, there's trance, there's techno, there's hardstyle, there's hardcore, there's all these different generations and different types of music you can listen to, which is all EDM. It's all together.
There isn't like a specific category within EDM that you like more than another, or it's just like depending on how you're feeling?
It just depends on how you're feeling, in my opinion. Sometimes people mostly like to go with dubstep because it just rocks hard and people just bang their heads every single time.
Yeah.
And they just be all psychotic about it, like, oh, I love it, like, this is great, But for me, I'm kind of like in the mood of hardstyle mostly.
And what's hardstyle?
Hardstyle is more of a bass and melody mixed together in one. You first start off with the bass, and then you end up with the melody, and then you put it all together, and it just sounds so amazing. Because once you put the bass, like, keep the bass right there, then put the melody in, and then put it all together, and then you're gonna be like, oh, that sounds so awesome. Because everything is together. It's not just like a solid techno song that repeats over and over again. Everything starts mixing together. And then the cool part about hardstyle style is that every bass, it changes. So it's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
And Trash the Party.
Trash the Party. Yes.
That's the song that you chose that reminds you of going to these raves and stuff. You forgot to mention, when you went to the rave, like, what were you feeling? Did this song come on?
When I first saw the Tweekaz for the very first time, they actually played that song, and I was truly excited. I started to cry a little bit, and that's where I started getting emotional, because I didn't know they were going to play this song, and they actually did it. And once I saw them like going at it and playing Trash the Party, I just felt with so much energy, to the point where I wanted to get on somebody's shoulders and just look at them and say, yes, I love this song, I love it so much. And I just started like getting emotional and started feeling really happy. I felt so much joy and happiness, and I felt so excited. And just because of that song, it's truly like an incredible song. There's so much in that song that I can talk about, and this song is really remarkable, and it really reminds me so much about how much energy I had when I was at a rave concert, and how much I intended listening to it, and how everybody was into it. And I'm looking around, I'm just like, wow, everybody is into this song, like everybody likes it. There's the melody, there's the bass, there's the kick, there's a little bit of a hip-hop remix move in the middle of the song, which sounds so nice. And then like everything itself, it's just pure melody and bass to it. And Trash the Party is basically, you know, you pick up a trash and you throw it up in the air, and it's kind of like everybody does it at the same time, and then you just throw it up in the air, and then you just jam out to it. And then plus the confetti flashes out, the smoke comes up, the fireworks are going up. It's just everything is happening all at once, which that's where your body starts to feel all this energy, all of this crazy epicness, and all of this stuff that's happening all at once, which is truly amazing, and it feels so crazy. So yeah, you know, Trash the Party is by far the greatest song I've ever listened to.
When you would go to these raves, what did you get out of it other than just like listening to the music?
So what do you mean?
So did you meet anybody that are like still friends of yours?
I've met a bunch of friends that have been going to rave concerts for years. There will be times that I'll never see them again, but there's always a memory for them. It's like a time where I met this one guy. His name is Ricky. He first saw me at the Phoenix Lights Festival, and I believe that happened like 4 years ago. He saw me do a backflip for the first time, and he was like, whoa, that was so cool. And then like him and I were just hanging out the entire night. Sooner or later, I never saw him again. And it was kind of a weird feeling, because when you go to a rave concert, you meet so many people, and there will be a time where you can't get everybody to say their number or anything like that, because, you know, everyone's doing their own thing and stuff. When you meet somebody, you never know, you might meet that person again in the future, or maybe you won't.
So when you go to these raves, the point of it is just to like let go, have fun with people, and then if you see them again, it's the universe saying that you should see them again.
Yeah.
But if you don't, then it's like you just had that one experience with them, and that's all it is.
Not exactly.
Okay.
So when you're going to a rave concert, it's about feeling free for once. It's not just about going there for drugs, going there to try and do anything you want and just go with it. It's basically about going there to listen to the music and listening to how you feel. Because when you're going to a rave concert, it feels really exciting and it feels amazing. And that's where PLUR comes in. Peace, love, unity, and respect. And when you put all those together, it basically means something. You can go to a rave concert by yourself. By the end of the night, you'll probably have like 12 friends or even more. And that's basically how it is. I've been going to rave concerts ever since I graduated from high school. I used to go to rave concerts by myself.
Really?
Yeah. And I used to go by myself all the time, to the point where I'll be going to a rave concert by myself, and then by the time I leave, I have like 12, 15 friends on my phone saved, and they'll be messaging me saying, hey, are you gonna go to the next one? Are you gonna go to the next one? And I'm like, maybe, don't know, you know? Because
so do you guys make a group chat ever? Or is it just more like
there is a specific group chat on Facebook. It's called AZ Raves.
Okay.
And you can go on there and you can actually, like, if you're interested, they will actually, you can follow the page. Sometimes there will be people, and people are funny. People are hilarious on their group chat. And, you know, sometimes people will actually sell their tickets on there. People will actually communicate. Like, sometimes there will be people like, hey, does anybody know this person? I literally love this guy and I literally forgot their number, and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. Mostly what they do is they like to do upcoming events that happens here in the Valley. That's what I mostly just be on there for, is just checking out, like, who's coming here and who's not coming. Like, Stevie Aoki recently came here, which was great. He was outstanding. The Tweekaz was recently here. I believe they were here last year. Ignition was here. There was so many different DJs that comes here, and and there's so many people that are totally interested of seeing them. Once the Tweekaz came here, I was really excited, and I was just like, oh my god, my favorite DJ is actually coming here. They don't even live here in the United States. They live all the way in the Netherlands. It's a way different country.
So are most of the artists that you listen to, are they not from the US, or are they kind of all over the place?
They're all over the place. Some DJs are all over the place. There's some DJs that are from China. They're from Russia. They're from Germany. They're from all these other different places.
But like the ones that you listen to?
The ones that I listen to is normally, like, the Tweekaz is the only DJ that I probably has been listening to that is not from the United States.
So then what are some other artists that you like?
There are so many artists that I like. There's Cone. There is Prude. What else? There is Radical Redemption, there is Excision, there's Deadmau5, there is, my goodness, there's so many. Stevie Aoki, Like Mike, Dimitri Vegas, and Like Mike. I don't know if I said Kun already. Kun, the Tweekaz, there's so much more.
And then for the raves, would you say that you have a favorite festival that you like to go to, or multiple, or?
I mean, my favorite festival I've ever went to was EDC.
EDC, okay.
EDC happens every year in Las Vegas. And it also sometimes happens in Orlando, Florida.
Okay. Have you gone to both?
I only been to one.
Okay.
And that was at EDC. And the last time I went was back in 2019.
And that was at the one in Florida or Vegas?
That was the one in Vegas.
Vegas, okay.
So the one in Vegas is by far more bigger than Orlando, because people mostly go to Las Vegas more than people go to Orlando. Orlando is kind of like our pregame to getting to Las Vegas.
I see.
But, you know, it's still a great place to go. Like, I've heard some reviews about it, and people were like, it's all right. I mean, it's not like Vegas, though.
Yeah.
Because
and then what about in Arizona? Have you gone to any, like, that you recommend here?
There's a few raves that are coming up. There's a rave called Decadence.
Decadence, yeah. I've been to Decadence once.
I've heard, and
Yeah.
you told me that you had an amazing time.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. Like, a lot of what you were describing with, you know, everyone being happy and just trying to feel the music.
Yeah,
and,
see?
Like, I mean, a lot of them are on drugs for sure. Like, I think
Yeah,
that's probably-
definitely. Yep, you'll see that coming.
Yeah.
You'll see that coming.
But I did like how there was every type of person there.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that. I think if you were to ever go to a rave, Decadence would be a good one to go to, because good time of the year. It's not super hot since it's like in December and stuff. Other than that, I haven't gone to any other ones personally. I don't listen to EDM, but it's like always good to expose yourself to new stuff.
And you know, when
talk about it.
Yeah, you know, and when people say that, like, don't like, it's not gonna hurt my feelings if you say like, oh, I don't listen to EDM, dude. That's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to listen to it. You know, I'm not gonna force you to listen to EDM. If you don't want to, that's fine, man. If you don't like EDM and if you don't like to listen to it, bro, that's perfectly fine. But you don't have to actually like be so hard on it and say like, oh, I don't like EDM because it repeats itself all the time and all these stupid bass kicks and stuff. Like, I don't like it. And I'm like, okay, bro, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. You don't like it? That's fine. You don't have to get into more detail about it. Like, all right. Like, you don't see me telling you about how bad I hate country. Like, I don't like country, but I don't
everyone's
like...
got their genre.
Exactly.
Of choice,
So like, but you know,
it's important that we all listen to one another when it comes to understanding each other's music preferences, because there are people out there that like EDM more than country, like you, or somebody that likes hip hop more than rock. There's all these different genres out there. It's really cool that you're able to share your perspective and experiences with EDM, especially the Tweekaz, and how they've impacted you, and that's really cool. I'm happy that you've been able to talk
Can I
about
just
it.
say that I'm surprised that you actually said it right for the first time?
Yeah. You know, I have never even heard of them until you came on the show.
You gotta listen to them.
Yeah.
They're truly remarkable. They are hilarious. They're pretty funny. They really make me smile every single day. Every song that they have created, especially in the past where they created their first album back in 2011, I believe. And that's when I first started listening to them. But if you guys want to give it a shot and try it and listen to their album, they have multiple different albums from the Tweekaz. They're on Spotify. They have all of their songs in there, from the very past time to the very recent song they just posted out. They're just truly amazing.
I'll give them a listen and, you know, let you know what I think of them. And thank you for letting me know about that band and how much it's affected you, because it's important that we all learn about one another and our experiences.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. You know, like, it's truly amazing how music can change your life. and can change your attitude and change the way that you are. It's kind of weird, don't you think?
No, I mean, it's been something that I've personally used to help cope with everything since I can remember.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's cool that different genres have different effects on people's lives. It's crazy that the Tweekaz have been there for all of these moments.
Oh yeah.
Getting you through bullying when you didn't think you had anybody, but you realized that you had yourself, and you were able to work through it because the music was there to help you. And then you had it when it was motivating you to go work out with your baseball team, go to games and snowboard and do parkour. Then you got the raves where it is all about EDM. The Tweekaz concert, and like that is so cool. You've been able to meet all these people through that too.
That was feeling the same way that I was feeling. You know, and that's the thing. And when you put that all together, it's like, holy crap, that's freaking insane. How much energy I had from all of it, and how I just bring out who I am finally.
Why don't you tell us about your platform? How did you get onto TikTok, acting, and you did America's Got Talent? Like there's a lot of things that you've been a part of. How come you haven't started talking about those yet?
Well, I mean, I don't want to be that kind of person that wants to brag about me, like talking about like, oh, I was on America's Got Talent. I don't like to be that person to brag about it, because there's some people that I've been telling people like, oh, I've been on America's Got Talent, and then that guy's like, oh, well, I didn't really wanted to know about that. I don't really care. There will be times where I'm getting to the moment where I'm just like, nobody cares. That's just me being negative, by the way. I'm sorry. I don't really talk about it because I've been having some bad memories about when I was on the show. It was a lot of work and it was a huge process. If I had my really good friend Jake that was here with me, him and I would sit down and tell him a lot about what we were experiencing and what we had to do on the show of America's Got Talent. It was fun until you get eliminated. That's where kind of like the downfall hits. And once I got eliminated, I was like one step closer to being on the live show. It was an emotional wreck for me to be eliminated. They sent me back home. They gave me a plane ticket back home. Once I was on the plane, I was crying a lot because I was so close to being on the live show. If I would have gotten to that live show at America's Got Talent, my whole life would be completely different.
Would you say that the Tweekaz helped through that experience?
Motivation, yes. It really helped me a lot to give out my dream. And, you know, what I was doing at America's Got Talent, I was a singer, and I was really good at it. And yes, I did choir when I was in elementary school. Wasn't really good. I was kind of focusing on trying to do it myself. Choir kind of helped me a little bit, but I kind of wanted to work on myself. So then I kind of like practiced myself on singing. And once I was singing, I was just like, I sound great. This is amazing. Then I wanted to test out the audience and the people that wanted to listen to me sing. So I started singing in front of people for the first time. Yeah, I was shy, but I kind of wanted to spread my wings a little bit and kind of go for it. Once I was singing, I just got a huge standing ovation. I had a lot of people cheering, and I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. For me being on the show, it was just, I wasn't even that upset that I got eliminated. It's just the fact that I was there and I did it. And that's something that I should be really proud of.
Yeah.
And especially for the Tweekaz to help me get there. When I was listening to them, I was just like, I'm going to do great. I'm going to do good. I'm going to keep my motivation going. That's where everything kind of like came down to a close. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm done with it, and move over to TikTok. And then right away, people recognized me because of America's Got Talent. Because apparently some people saw me on one of the shows, and they actually did like an actual clip of it and saw me on YouTube or something. And I was just like, okay, cool. Now, since we're talking about TikTok kind of gave me my acting performances and where I wanted to become the human version of Peanut from Jeff Dunham. He's just a puppet, but as for me, I'm a human. So everyone's thinking, oh, this is Peanut as a human. And that was a good catchphrase as me being a character on TikTok. For the past 4 years I've been on TikTok, everybody has been watching my videos, and everybody has been liking my videos. Everybody has been duetting my videos. Everyone has been wanting to see more content of me doing it. And I'm just like, oh my God, I didn't know that this was gonna happen. I was really shocked and I was really surprised. Like, I didn't even notice that I was gonna get an amount of people to follow me like this. Really. I really didn't. And it was so weird. But it happened. And I was truly surprised. Yeah. And I was very happy about it. And these people that actually were following me, these are just people that I don't even know, that doesn't even live here. They just live all over the place. When you're on TikTok, there is a specific analyzing your videos and everything, of who's following you and who's liking your videos. So I'm going through everything, and there's like a percentage of like who's following you and who's not, and who's following you and how the percentage. So it says like 75% chance of men that are following you, and then there's like 85% chance of girls following you. And I'm just like, okay. And then on the bottom it kind of tells you like who's actually watching your videos right now. And they're like, there's like 15% of China watching your videos, 25% of Russia watching your videos, and then there's like 95% of the United States watching your videos. Every time you post a TikTok video, it doesn't just spread around your city, it spreads everywhere. It just goes everywhere. And it just randomly goes onto people's For You page, which you go onto your TikTok page, you go to your For You page, and then there it is. Which is very weird. Because normally, like, you probably saw me on your For You page a couple of times, and you're just like, hey, I know that guy. Double tap that. Let's go, you know? Like, I like it, you know? And I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, wow, who is that? Oh, that's Alex. Oh my God, I know that guy. Let me follow him, you know, and stuff like that. TikTok kind of changed me a little bit.
For the better?
For the better, yeah.
That's good.
And, you know, that's how I kind of saw my girlfriend, you know, that's how my girlfriend kind of met. Not in that kind of way, but, you know, that's how she found me and how we're together. You know, TikTok did help us with our relationship just a tad, not much, but just a little bit.
Yeah.
Her and I did some videos together, and, you know, it just kept us going. Had some fun with it.
That's super cool. Well, all of your experiences have made you who you are. The Tweekaz have been there for you ever since you can remember. It's awesome that you've been able to associate your experiences with their music.
You know, honestly, if the Tweekaz were listening right now, I would honestly tell them how thankful I am to actually change my life. Yeah. And just become better of who I am as a person, because I couldn't have done this without them. I didn't even heard about them until I actually listened to them. I'm truly thankful, really, for everything that they've been doing. You know, I forgot to tell you, they said happy birthday to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know, right? It was crazy. They actually said happy birthday. Like, I commented down below and I'm like, hey bro, it's my birthday. Can I get a happy birthday for you guys? They commented back and they said, hey, happy birthday, Brandon. Hope you have a great day. And I'm like, oh my God, yo, like, that's truly amazing.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Before we end this episode, I like to give everybody a chance to say whatever they want to say to the world. You obviously are doing that with your TikTok page, but might as well have another platform where you're able to reach people. So what do you want to tell the listeners today? You know, honestly, this is what I always tell people when I'm on my very own live stream. It's basically something that I'll always tell people. It's more like a paragraph. I don't know if it's like a quote or something, but like it's something that I would actually tell people about how they feel. For that, this is what I would say. You know, I don't give two fucks about anybody's opinion of me, because I'm the one that's looking at myself in the fucking mirror every morning. You know, I'm the one that's paying my bills. I'm the one that's dealing with my mental state. I'm the one that's dealing with the happiness of my fucking family, not them. They don't know anything about me. They just see a video online. They just see me carrying myself in a certain way and then want to interject their opinions. First of all, F you. Second of all, maybe you should do something about your own life. Because if you have time to spread hate on other people's content, if you have time to comment on my fucking videos and telling me how I should act, you should reevaluate your fucking life, because I don't have that fucking time, because I'm out there every single day grinding and enjoying my life, and you should be doing the same thing. And that's basically saying, you know, you can be whoever you want to be. And if anybody is going to look up to you and make fun of you and bully you, just be like, you know what? That's your opinion, not anyone else's. That's all I have to say. Well, thank you, Brandon.
Of course.
I'm glad that you've been able to come on Sounds of Living and express how you feel and what you've been through. And thank you.
Yeah, anytime, dude.
Thank you all again for listening. And to wherever you are, I wish you happiness and good health. See you later.